Once there was an explosion. A bang which gave rise to life as we know it. And then came the next explosion. An explosion that will be our last.
Oh, fuck off! It wasn't that bad.
No, I'm not. Fuck off!
Hello, nerds! Or whoever the fuck you are. Yeah, finally I get to review Death Stranding. There was a little delay, you know. First of all, it was a long ass game. It took me around 70 hours or something. And you know, there was the trouble with the FTC and Kappa, which, you know, if you're a YouTube creator, you probably heard about it. But as we learn more about it, it seems like it was, you know, a little overblown. So I'll be continuing doing my stuff here for YouTube. But my channel ain't for kids, so fuck off if you're under 13 or, you know, I wouldn't say this is for 18 and above, I'd say more like maybe 16 or above. You know, I got my shits, cocks and dicks here, so a lot of inappropriate humor and maybe some offensive humor even. But anyway, yeah, Death Stranding review, finally it's here. Hideo Kojima's newest game. You know, I've been waiting for this game for a long time, you know, ever since it was announced. I'm a huge Hideo Kojima fan. Metal Gear Solid series is still one of the best series out there, so I might have a little Kojima boner while I'm talking about Death Stranding here, so I hope you can see it on camera, so. But enough talk about erect male genitalia. Let's take a look at Death Stranding review, cause that's why we're here. To take a look at the Death Stranding review. Now, boy!
Once there was an explosion. A bang which gave rise to life as we know it. And then came the next explosion.
Okay, so I try to keep this as spoiler-free as possible, cause honestly, big appeal of this game is just finding all that weird Kojima shit out, while the story progresses. But overall, the story is about saving America by providing fast internet connection to everyone. And I shit you not, that's what this game is about. You walk across America from East Coast to West Coast and provide internet for everyone. And deliver their mail at the same time. Well, the apocalypse is here and the whole world has gone to shit. So I guess my choices are pretty much, you know, wait here until I get raped and killed by one of those post-apocalyptic gang members, or, you know, get raped and killed by those weird ghost things that are out there. Huh, either really sounds tempting, so. Well, I guess the best option is go out on your own terms, so. Wait, was that a knock? Well, I wonder who the hell that could be. Hello?
Hello, sir. I am here to hook you up with the internet.
Oh, okay.
There we go. All hooked up. Enjoy your day.
Well, thanks. Sure, I guess. Well, that was weird. Where was I? Oh, that's right. I was about to blow my brains out, you know, before someone raped my asshole. I don't want that. So, I guess here we go. Hey, wait a minute. Did that guy just install internet connection for me? Huh. I wonder if my old Pornhub premium profile still works. I might as just, well, you know, watch some titties before I do anything too hasty. Huh.
The story and this world Kojima has created here is definitely unique and interesting. So much weird things, but also intriguing things. It's a thinking man's sci-fi more than action sci-fi. Yes, there is a lot of walking here, but this world is just so amazing place to look at, and when you walk around, sometimes this music starts to play, which makes this world seem so lonely and sad place, but also kind of peaceful. This game really has a vibe that not many, if any other game has. Oh, and the awesome music here is probably 80% done by a band called Low Roar, which I have never heard of, but if I ever decide to take a walk, I'm listening to that band.
Yeah, don't expect that to happen anytime soon.
Sam, order summaries may contain information critical to your success. Make sure to
I mean,
review
just
the
such an
and
amazing
link.
soundtrack here, which supports perfectly this weird but just awesome story this game has. Also, the superb cast helps a lot here. I mean, Troy Baker, Margaret Qualley, Lea Sudokes, I probably butchered her name, but Lea Sudokes, Tommy Earl Jenkins, Norman Reedus, and best out of all, easily, Mads Mikkelsen. Also, Conan O'Brien, can't forget his brief cameo if you find him. He talks about otters a lot. Yep, otters. But yeah, Mikkelsen totally steals the show here. He easily has the most interesting story, but every main character here does a good job. Side characters are mostly okay too, and no one's really bad here. Really just love the cast overall, and they do their parts good. So, story, audio, and character-wise, this game is just awesome, and it's a shame I can't really analyze it much more here, cause really I do not want to spoil anything for you. So, let's talk about the gameplay next.
Likely the light of mine will burn out in the mountains where I spend my rambling years. I paid my sins from the poor traveling days. Oh Lord, please, can't you hear my prayers? So I rode my body up the mountain to a place where I can sit my rocking chair. I rode my body up the mountain, and I'm never going back again, I swear. Most likely to say
Hey, here's your package. I don't want it. Well, eat shit.
Yeah, those rumors about this being a walking simulator or UPS delivery guy simulator are not totally wrong. But is that so bad at the end? I mean, we have these days loads of games like Truck Simulator or Bus Simulator or Farm Simulator or whatever the fuck simulator. This game is like a big budget walking simulator. I mean, in a truck simulator you drive a truck from point A to point B and nobody really seems to complain about it being just that. But maybe because this was Kojima, people had bigger expectations for the action here. Well, I can tell you that the walking here is good and detailed, if that's something, I guess. You know, the heavier loads you have though, the trickier the walking gets. You have to balance Sam, who is the main character by the way, you know, when he is losing his balance. It will frustrate you and it won't be fun always, but it is rewarding when you get to your goal and every delivery just feels so epic, even though you might not run into any enemies even. You also get vehicles as the game progresses, which you really want to hold on as tight as possible, but sometimes the terrain is just too much for a vehicle. Just landing routes and using tools like ladders and ropes to climb mountains is just an adventure in itself, where you might feel tense when you almost slip down from a cliff, or worse, drop your package down from a cliff. Then you gotta decide, is it worth climbing down for, or can you just leave it behind?
God damn it. Had to drop the goddamn cargo like fucking idiot. wonder if I can reach it. Ah. No, not gonna happen. Ah, shit. That's a lost cause. Well, it probably wasn't anything that important either. What was that anyway? Antibiotics for kids? Ooh. Well, those little bastards will probably be fine, just sleep and drink lots of fluids. I'm sure they'll be okay. I mean, antibiotics are overrated anyway, so... Oh, damn it! Oh, I forgot my goddamn beer. Oh. I can't make the trip without you. Now, let's go tell the bad news for the kids. I'm sure they'll understand, when they grow up. If they grow up. Oh, that's not my problem.
There is action too, although it's not the main thing in this game, and you can sneak your way past enemies too, or many times just take a longer route and go around them. There are weapons too, and the shooting is solid, but I prefer to not kill anyone myself. It just suited better in this game's atmosphere. Also, there are enemies called BTs, which are these ghosts that have found their way in the world of living. Now, they can't detect you if you move quietly, and when close to them, hold your breath. These are sometimes intense moments, but in the end, areas where there are BTs, it's mostly just finding the right path through their area. And to help you find that right path is your BB unit.
Yeah, so BB units are these weird babies in a pod. Now, I don't want to spoil anything, what this actually is or what it does or anything like that, but this is sort of a, device that helps you, navigate through the areas where there are BTs, which are those ghost things, and yeah, this is your main companion throughout the game, and at first I thought, fuck's sakes, it's crying every time you fall over, and I fucking hate babies, and that's why I have cats, because I don't do good with babies, so, I'm a cat person, not a baby person. But yeah, I have to say, as the story progressed, in the end, this little fella kinda grew on me. Yeah, I actually started to like this thing a little bit when the story progressed, and it didn't turn out to be as annoying as I first was afraid of. Not annoying at all.
If the BTs do find you, the earth turns black and there are things trying to drag you down, and if they succeed, there is boss fight against a bigger BT monster. Now there are other boss fights too, and Kojima really knows how to do them. The more towards the end you get, the more epic they turn, and they are all pretty fun and well made. Well, okay, the last boss is a kind of weird encounter, but it was still fun, I'm not saying it's bad, but it is weird.
Now there's also an online aspect in this game. Not multiplayer, but something I preferred much more because I'm not a huge multiplayer guy. You won't see me playing any Call of Duty on this channel, probably. Not promising anything, but that's not in my plans. But yeah, it's this kind of system where you can, leave like warnings if there's enemies ahead, or some directions to people, or shit like that. And if you, climb over mountains and shit, you can put up ladders, and other people can find those in their own game and use those. So that is pretty cool aspect, which I really dig in this game, There's sort of, whatever you do, you're helping others at the same time, which is a good thing, I guess. And if you picked up a package, which you feel like you don't want to deliver because it's, too far away or something like that shit, or you're just feeling lazy, you can just leave it. Just leave the package and
if some other player finds the package, they can deliver it to wherever it's going. And you get some of the likes from that package. And yes, I said likes, as in Facebook likes. Now the likes in this game work as sort of experience points, except they're likes. And when you get likes, you sort of level up skills, but to call them RPG mechanics is kind of a stretch. I mean, there are skills like, you get better balance and you can give more likes to people. So, all the skills are kind of skills that helps you carry crap better. So, no sneaking skills or, anything like, better gun handling or shit like that. And like I said, you can receive, likes from other players, also from NPC characters. And you can give likes to other players. So it's kind of, this game is constantly encouraging to like other people's stuff. So, yeah, it's got this sort of bringing people together, bridging shit kind of feel to it all the time. And I really dig that. It's kind of, one of those weird, unique mechanics that only Kojima could come up with. You gotta tip your hat to the guy, At least he's doing something different, which is awesome. I fucking love it. Anyway, next let's take a look at what sucks in this game. Well, first of all, the story. And I know I said the story is great, and it is great, but it does have its few, parts that, well, like Metal Gear Solid 2, that game is fucking out there. It's confusing as shit. This one isn't as confusing as that, but it's got its moments when it's pretty confusing. But that's not the biggest problem I have with the story. It's that, as confusing as it is, Kojima really hammers it down to your head, what the hell is going on. I mean, there's like this weird shit happening, all the time, but Kojima really takes the time to explain everything. And I mean, explain everything. I fucking hate it, nowadays in movies when they explain way too much shit. And here it's kind of the same. They over-explain shit way too over. Don't know if that made any sense, but I mean, there's like this one boss in this game who actually says that this is a fucking boss fight. That is the kind of level of explaining. It's like fucking kindergarten level explaining. Oh, would you look at this place? There's all these weapons lying around and health stuff, and there's huge monster that has its own health meter. I wonder what's going on around here. This here is a boss fight. Oh, thank you, Mr. Monster. I would have never guessed. Hey, by the way, while you're explaining stuff, what are these things that I put on my legs, to cover up my wiener? What are these?
Those are called pants.
Pants! Oh, well, ain't that great? Now I know I'm wearing
Pants.
pants! That's right, pants! Yeah, there is a thing called over-explaining stuff, and this game does that way too much. Now I'm gonna take off my
Pants.
yeah, pants, and start masturbating. Then the other thing about the story. The game starts by you meeting the president of USA, and she asks you to save America, cause why not? I mean, it feels like I'm watching Team America World Police, which is an awesome movie, by the way. But here, it feels like a parody movie in the middle of a sci-fi drama or something, It just, doesn't really fit there. It feels kind of hokey, corny and shit. I mean, if I survive apocalypse, saving my country would be the last goddamn thing on my mind. I'd fucking find a blow-up doll factory and grab the prettiest dolls and go make my sanctuary in an Asahi brewery or something. Fuck's sakes. Also, yeah, the start of the game is really slow, and at start, the walking is kind of tedious when you haven't leveled up any. So, you have to constantly balance your character by pressing the L2 and R2 buttons, so it gets a little tedious. And this game is mostly about walking. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is probably the best walking out there in any video game, but it is still walking. I mean, I really wish I had played some more action-packed game in the middle, you know, at times, just to balance out the walking. But I had to get this review out, and it's still fucking late as shit. Cause, you know, all the delays, and plus I got fucking flu, so sorry, this end of this review might be a little... But yeah, the game took me around 70 hours to complete, around there. I didn't watch the exact time, but I'd speculate it was around there. So that is a lot of walking. Also, I played this game through on normal level, and it felt like very easy. Now there is very easy option too, but I don't even know how fucking easy that is. I mean, shit. And Sam can't die in this game, or you know, he can die, but he resurrects pretty close to where you know, kick the bucket, so it's really not a problem. Also, you know, enemy camps, doesn't really matter if there's like 10 enemies, you can kick their asses like that. It's really... There ain't much of a challenge, at least on normal level. There is hard level though, so... Maybe if you want some challenge, go with that. Cause, like I said, normal is fucking very easy in this, so... Overall, I would say that this game is definitely not for everyone. And after playing through this game, I can sort of see the reviews, you know, which said that this was, you know, boring and tedious, but still gave this a 9 or 10. You know, I can see their point. But also I can see kind of the point in reviews that gave this like 4 and said the same things. It's boring and tedious. So in the end, this is probably the hardest game to give some sort of number so far, so I'm gonna try. But I'm gonna break down this a little bit. I mean, first of all, let's take the story. The story is fucking amazing. I'd give the story, you know, 9.5. It had those, you know, tiny little problems, you know, all the patriotism and, you know, a little confusing but over-explaining shit. But it wasn't that distracting, so I'd still go with 9.5. I really loved the story here. It was, you know, it was emotional, so, it's good. And next, the sounds. I'd give fucking 10 for the sounds. I mean, just the tracks that the band Low Roar made for this game, they just fit so good here. I mean, they fit like my fist in your grandma's ass. It's just perfect. It's just perfect. And they really set the atmosphere and the mood. So, you know, that was... Kojima fucking nailed that. Perfect 10. No question about it. Now next, when you take a look at the graphics here, you know, I'm not a huge graphics person. When I do reviews, I kind of don't pay that much attention to graphics, because graphics ain't my thing. I'm more of a story and gameplay guy. Graphics are bonus. And, you know, to be honest, we haven't really had that bad graphics for a long time. I mean, this ain't the PlayStation 1, Nintendo 64 era anymore. Those games look like shit. But these days, you know, I can't really remember a game that I watched that, oh my god, that is so fucking ugly! Like I said, not a huge graphics guy. But in this game, I did pay attention more than usually, because it is slow walking, so the landscapes and all, they look fucking amazing in this, so when it comes to graphics, I'd say, you know, I don't know, 9.5. But the landscapes were, you know, nice to look at. They really looked awesome. The whole world here looked fucking awesome. It was kind of gray most of the times, but it really fit the atmosphere, so I have no fucking problem with that. And lastly, the gameplay. Well, you do a lot of walking here, but it is the most realistic and best walking I've done in any video game, which is an achievement of its own, so, you know, that is awesome. But I also gotta say, you know, there is little combat in this game, and, you know, the fist fights, they're okay, they're pretty cool. And the shooting feels good, you know. If you like the shooting in Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain, you're probably gonna like the shooting in this one too. The shooting's fine, the shooting's good, and the fighting's okay. But overall, the gameplay, you know, is a lot of walking, so I'd maybe give that 6.5 when it comes to gameplay. So when it comes to giving this game the overall score, this was definitely the hardest game to review so far. And you know, after thinking about this for a long time, I think I'd go with 8.5. It is an amazing game, and I really dig this. It feels kind of like a AAA indie game, and I have to say that after this game, I really wish that, big companies like Ubisoft, EA, Activision, whatever, would take, bigger risks with their game. Like this. It's just, this is something new, and although, the walking might have been tedious, overall this game was kind of, breath of fresh air in the gaming industry. Not just that copy-paste crap that everybody spews out these days way too much. I mean, I can really appreciate when someone just takes a, huge risk like this and not just do the same shit over and over again. I mean, come on. But yeah, that was my score for this game, and those were my thoughts about this game, and I'm sorry if this ending was little not so great because of the flu and shit. I've been, blowing my nose like fucking 150 times during these last 5 minutes of this video, so I hope you got something out of this. Yeah, that was my opinion about Death Stranding. So, you all know the ending here, click like, click subscribe, click the bell, click the comments, and click yourselves the fuck out of here, and click yourselves back when I hopefully don't have flu anymore, and I can do some, regular crap. But for now it's goodbye. I don't think I have any ending skit here. I'm just trying to get this shit out of the way. Here's the baby one more time. Oh look, it lights up. I don't know if you can see shit, but it lights up. Ah! Well, that was not part of the script. I'm gonna fuck off now, and I'm gonna go cure this shit with ramen, some other shit. I don't know. But fuck it. Roll the credits, or the end, or whatever. I'm gone. Taking my baby with me.